do to be prepared, but it was not enough. The water came pouring in upon Opal. Half of the people died. Many had taken refuge in ships, and I doubt if a single ship survived that night. Yes, just as the water came flooding in, our little sun went out. We fought. The waters flooded both Vala and the scientist's city. Here it rose nearly to the top of the tower. There were only a few forests and meadows in the land that were not flooded. These were high up against the walls. As for the creatures of the deep, the reptiles and amphibians, most of them were dead. Many crawled into the ancient caves and fled upward. Most of them died. That is nearly all. We know now that Grim Hagen and his ship, with all his prisoners and loot, took off from the bed of the sea with a flourish which was just like Grim Hagen. Meanwhile, Ato and his crews got the gates closed and started the pumps. Only a few men of the crew are alive today, for the tunnel was radioactive at the time. It was weeks before the pumps could force the water back into the Gulf. Most of our plants were lost. My men and I have been foraging in the world above for these, and have helped ourselves to your cattle when we could. The waters are back to their old level, but they left a soggy, ruined world behind them. There is a deal of work to be done before it will be like the world you knew. And our sun is of so little use we can scarcely dry out the sloughs. Meanwhile, Wolden and his men are working on another ship. Even a larger ship than the one which Grim Hagen stole. They work day and night. Grim Hagen took his choice of our treasures. He stole our princess. He killed millions. We are going after him, even if he drives us to the edge of space. And I am going because of a promise I made long ago, and because of the love that I have for Maya. And because of you, Jack Odin. The sword is forged now. It is white hot upon the anvil. The sparks leap out like stars as the hammer of the smith clangs down, and I will follow Grim Hagen as far as a man can go. Even a league beyond the outer shell of space, or a day's journey beyond the grave. So Gunnar's tale was ended, and the two sat there in silence, watching the coals wink out, and the feeling of the all-devouring dark coming back into the cavern. "Then I will go with you," Jack Olden told Gunnar, "to fight at your right side until we find my princess." "And until Grim Hagen is dead," Gunnar added, "for he is a noisome leaven that will pollute all of space that he touches." The last coal went back to ashes. Odin turned on his light, and Gunnar blinked in pain at the sudden glare. Then they went onward and downward, past columns of limestone that were already old when the world was young. End of chapter 3.